What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Hippo Supercoach. And finally, we've had our second good week in a row. So, very, very relieved, happy, whatever you want to call it. Not going to over exaggerate because obviously it's only 1 or 2 good weeks out of my whole year. Still don't have HEENEY. And as you see by the title, I am fading that prick. Maybe. Let's get into it. Let's have a look. I'll be lying to you if I said I haven't had a play with trades. But we're going to go from square one, what we had last week. So 21-22, ranked in the top 1% this week. 680 is my round 5 rank, so happy with that. It's nice to finally get some reward. Won 15 out of the 16 leagues, so well done to whoever beat me. That's 2 weeks in a row I've won 15 out of 16, so someone's just knocking me off. But yeah, team's starting to build into some nice shape. 4,410 season rank, so gone up the 11,000 spots and sitting in the top 3% overall. So definitely confident we can keep building on this. If you guys know how I play, I'm very, very aggressive when it comes to this game. It's actually when it comes to any game, I'm pretty aggressive. Yeah, all right, let's get into the team. So we're going to look at this goated backline or what? 145, 159, 157, 92, 124. So Luke Ryan, take a fucking bow. I was in the Discord with my mates and talking about the hypothetical of Luke Ryan scoring like 80 or 70 points in the last quarter. And I think he did score 80 odd points in that last quarter or close to it. So take a bow, you goat. Yeah, just looking like D1, plain and simple. Great role. What can I say? I'm glad I paid up for him. Tom Green, on the other hand, fuck you, Ranger. No, I shouldn't be complaining in a week where I've done pretty well. But fuck, man, like 2-1-2-2 with Tom Green and Bontempelli going 70s. It's could have been a massive week had I not have got Tom Green in a couple of weeks ago. So that's been a failed trade so far. But let's get into the midfield a bit later. We're getting distracted already. I'm about 2 minutes into the video. Harry Sheasel, 159. Take a bow, young goat. This kid is a monster. I mean, just like he deserves such a way better team than North, but he is just a class above everyone else at that team. And yeah, watching him is a joy because he's just so clean. I did notice that in the practice match, it looked like he was a lot cleaner, a lot more poised with the ball. He was still like good like that last year, but it looked like he took like a significant leap in his disposal, like efficiency. Maybe not efficiency, but just how he just doesn't fumble. It seems like he never fumbles, and obviously uses the ball really well. Kicked a nice goal. 159. What can I say? He's a monster, and he has to come into VCC consideration. He just has to. We're all disrespecting him week in, week out. Not even contemplating him, but I'm going to think about him this week. So he's playing Hawthorn at Marvel. I'm not sure if that's what I'll end up doing, but he's definitely in consideration. So, yep. Obviously didn't have Dacos, so had Elliot Yeo, 157. This is unbelievable as well. Like, obviously when I picked Yeo, I was expecting maybe 100. If you could go at 100, I'd be really happy. Discounted price, obviously. Apparently, I had a full preseason, so I was a bit on the fence about all that. But yeah, fucking 115 average. Take a bow, young goat as well. So we've got a lot of not really young. He's actually quite old, but we've got a lot of goats in this back line at the moment. So yeah, pretty happy. Pretty happy with this back line. And then Zach Williams, so faded out a little bit in the last quarter or the second half in general. But look, 92, we take that every day of the week. I'm just going to zoom in a bit so we can see that break even a bit cleaner. 6 break even, so very happy with that. Got plenty of money to make still. I'll save you probably in my team for the next 3 weeks. And then we'll look to ship him off for hopefully 400, maybe 350. But yeah, happy with that. And then Colosi, goat. I need to change my vocabulary because I'm calling everyone a goat and there's only one goat, and that is Jack Steele. No. But closely, yeah, minus 174 break even. He goes up 105k if he scores 50. That is ridiculous. This is the lowest break even I've ever seen, and anyone that doesn't bring him in, maybe just delete the application and delete your team and go to the West. No, I'm joking. But you need Closey in your team if you want to have a chance at any sort of Supercoach success. I mean, unless you're some psychic and he gets injured this week. But fuck, who cares if he gets injured this week? He steps on the field, he makes like nearly 100k. So yeah, happy with that back line. I don't know what the average is. Probably something like 130, maybe 140 actually. I don't know, 135ish average in that back line this week. So just mental. Moving on to the midfield, Bonson Pally. Not really sure why he scored so low. I don't know if it was a matter of him playing forward or because I didn't see that game, but from what I did see, that he just wasn't near the ball. So look, I think he'll bounce back, but I don't like the way they just swing the magnets around. Jack McRae coming back into that team. Let's actually just quickly have a look at the CBAs for the Bulldogs because I want to see what Bont's split looked like this week. So 75%, so that's fine. So it was just a down game, which I'd much rather him have a down game than actually be playing a shit role because then we have to worry about him. So look, bad game for Bont, whatever. We back him in to bounce back. We're not going to trade him out. Zach Butters, 130. So always seems to have bad first quarters, and I don't know why. But look, he's averaging 128, so I can't complain. Yeah, not sure if I trust him as a VC or C option, but I mean I should by right. But yeah, I don't know. Just those first quarters really annoy me. And then Tom Green, 72. You need to hang your head in shame, you ranger. He's been shit since I brought him in. I think he's just a bit of a bully. Beats down on the shit teams, and then as soon as he plays teams that are half decent, goes missing. He was terrible. He got cooked so hard by Steele. Steele was manning up on him at contest. Not a tag by any stretch of the imagination, but he was manning up on him at the contest, and then Steele was sort of run off him. And I mean, you look at the difference in the scores. You can see them side by side in my team: 72, 143. Steele was a class above. And yeah, just no comparison to Green, the fraud. I think Green is a fraud, to be honest. I don't even know if he's a top 8 mid anymore. So I hope he makes me eat my words because I obviously want him to do good. Bring him in for fucking nearly 700k. So yeah. Anyway, Jack Steele, what a trade in. This guy's a monster, honestly. Like joy to own, absolute joy to own. Yeah, I think you have to get him in at all costs. That Marvel run is insane. Spoke about it last week. Plays a lot of games at Marvel in those last 7 out of the last 8 out of the last 10 or something. So that's a scary sight. Nick Martin, 100. It's solid, but not great. So anyone that brought him in, it's a bit of a meh trade in. Matt Crouch suspended. You're a fuckhead. I don't know what you were thinking when you did that bump. That was never going to end well. And it was dangerous as well. So poor Carroll. He's already battling with the sub. Now he's got to battle with concussion. So, yeah, Matt Crouch, dumb, clumsy move. But, look, he was really good. When Adelaide were coming back there at the end, as hard as it was to watch as a Carlton supporter, he looked really good. He was, like, in everything. So, I thought he should have scored a bit more, but 91 we'll take it. Riley Sanders, oh man, this one's frustrating because I think we have to trade because I want to upgrade every week. I'm not playing this triple downgrade, double upgrade bullshit. I'm upgrading every week for as long as I can anyway. I think I get 2 more boosts. Yeah, do I have 2 more boosts? Yeah, so I got 2 more boosts. And I'm planning on using them both in the next 2 weeks because I'm not trying to sit around and wait for things to happen. I'm going to try and make them happen. So, yeah, so Sanders will go. And I'm trying not to get attached to some of these cash cows. So I'll speak about it in a second, but I'll quickly go through the rest of the team. So Sanders and McKercher, I think they both have to go. Obviously, McKercher, he's break-even fuck now, 101. So, yeah, he has to go. And then Carroll, 26, and Wilson, whatever, 61. What's he? Break-even -3. So he's making slow burn of cash. Gone 138. Obviously took that score as my captain, so happy with that. Grundy comes back this week, so we'll see how he goes. Really glad I didn't jump on either English or Marshall. My opinion still stands for those guys. I don't trust either of them. At that price point, I think we can get them both a lot cheaper. Mostly English. But Marshall, yeah, I don't know if they'll bring Campbell in. I don't think they will, but I still don't want to take that risk. Flanders 116, good game considering he got tagged for most of it by McGuinness. Tom Pout 98, solid game from him as well. I thought he played better than that, but 98, we still take that obviously. 81 for Fife, so not really happy with that, but it's alright. Harley Reid 108. I think he's a decent option to trade in if you're keen. Minus 18 break even, and it looked like he turned a corner. Now, could be going early on this because obviously he played Richmond. Everyone knows Richmond get smashed by the good mids, which is why Sarong in a couple of weeks could be juicy. I think he plays them not this week, but next week. Oh yeah, Richmond don't play this week. So that's a decent one. But yeah, Harley Reid looked really good. Combin, I'm not too sure if I like this pick, but I guess I'm glad I have him. He's got a minus 75 break even. So that's a positive sign. He's going to make money, but just don't know how much he'll make in the long run. Sexton's a dead pick, but I've been using him to loop between Darcy and Cadman. I don't think I'll bother with the loop anymore. I think I'll just field Darcy. If I can, obviously loop, I will. But yeah, I'd rather Sexton just come back and play. Let's get into the trades. This is what we all came to see. And yeah, I think I'm going to fade HEENEY. So basically, I have two options. I can hold I can hold Matt Roberts. No, sorry. If I trade Matt Roberts, I can get HEENEY. If I hold Matt Roberts, I can get pretty much anyone else. And I'm leaning towards Rao. Potentially Sarong as well. So Sarong has West Coast and then maybe it is Sarong. Maybe Sarong is better than Rao because Sarong has West Coast, then Bulldogs, then Richmond. So that probably might be the play, I think. Yeah, I think that might be. All right. So what we're going to do, Sanders, do I want to get rid of him? No. Do I think he's going to do good because Liberatore is out this week? Yes. But like I said, I'm not trying to wait around for shit to happen. I want to get the big dogs in. At the end of the day, Sanders is not a keeper. At the end of the day, McKercher, Matt Roberts, they're not keepers. So let's not try and get too attached to these guys. I know their cash gen's not shot. I want guys that are going to be in my final team as soon as possible. So Sanders for Graham, that's pretty much a no-brainer. McKercher, we're going to drop. And we're going to go early on Nguyen, is that his name? Neon? I think it's Nguyen. So, look, don't really love going early on him, but at this point there's not much option. And then, so if we trade out Big Bad Aaron Cadman and swing Nat Fife back to the forward line, we can bring in basically anyone besides Merritt. So, look, it's either Sarong or Rao at this point, and I'm leaning towards Sarong. So what's Sarong's break even? 155. I think he can hit that against West Coast. Like, West Coast aren't terrible, like, based on last week, but Caleb Sarong, like, yeah, that's a juicy run. West Coast Bulldogs, Richmond. So, yeah, I don't think he'll get much attention. My thought process with fading HEENEY, and it's not something I really want to do. If I'm being honest, it's not something I want to do. But, like, he plays Gold Coast this week. We know they are a negative team in the midfield. So, hoping I don't think he's going to go below 100 or anything crazy like that, but I think he will slow down a little bit. And then he plays Hawthorn after that, and I reckon McGuinness has got to go to him. And just in general, teams have to start putting time into him because he's easily the most damaging midfielder in the competition right now. And teams have maybe had a week to see that and be like, all right, HEENEY has to have some time put into him because there is tags going around all the time. So yeah, that's my thought process with HEENEY, and I don't really want to have to trade Matt Roberts because all I can do this week is just sub Crouch off for Roberts. That simple, like so easy. So this is how the team's shaping up for this week. Look, am I really happy with Grundy? Not really. But at this point, I don't mind having him in because he's obviously... I haven't wasted a trade and he's had his buy, so that's good, I guess. In terms of like the full team structure in general, it's looking pretty good. Nick Martin's going to swing to the back line. And then what we've got, Bont, Butters, Green, Sarong, Steele, and Crouch. So 5 of the absolute Ubers. And there's only one guy that I'm really kind of got my eye on that's dropping in price, and that's Tom Stewart. Dawson, Oliver, they're like, no, I don't want them. Stewart's got a 142 break even, projected to go down 20k this week, so we might be able to get him for like 550, around that price, 550, 560, and we know he's capable of being a top 6. I think he just had a couple, like, one down game, that's 77 against the Dogs, and then a 99 mediocre game. So that's really helped bring his price down a bit. And he's discounted for what he's capable of. Absolutely discounted. We know he's got a huge ceiling as well. And the role's good. He just had a bad game. So, yeah, Tom Stewart's one I'm really looking at. Obviously, HEENEY in the long run I want. But like I said, I just don't really want to have to sacrifice Matt Roberts for him. I could do it. I definitely could do it. But I think that sort of easy run at the start's gone now. And yeah, really like Sarong's next 3 games. Bulldogs have been struggling, we know. West Coast, we know they're not the greatest. And then Richmond, we know, concede a shit ton of points to midfielders at the moment. So I think Sarong's got a nice 133 round average coming up here. So pretty keen on that. I could also be tempted to grab Rao. I could be persuaded to get him. I'm not too sure, but yeah. Overall, happy with the team going forward. Next week, who knows what's going to happen, but probably look to ship off someone like Roberts, Carroll, and maybe Zach Williams, and we grab Tom Stewart, and that will be our last boost, and that would give us, 5 Premier defenders, 6 if you include Nick Martin, and then we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 premium mids. Both rucks are premium, and then we have, who the fuck knows what a premium is for a forward now. Probably 90 plus is considered premium, so Fife I'd almost consider even premium, but I think Fife by the end of the year will average 90. So yeah, Sam Darcy as well, he's basically fucking premium. So yeah, happy with the team. Obviously don't expect them to all do this well next week or any other week, but yeah, that's it guys. Please drop a like, hit that subscribe button. Thank you if you've watched all the way through to this point, and I'll see you in my trade targets video.